What if your child is not confused, lazy, distracted, or behind? What if your child is simply being measured by the wrong intelligence system? Today, listen carefully, because this is not theory. This is an actual case study. I will call her Lucia. That is not her real name, but the intelligence pattern is real. If you are a parent, educator, teenager, or Gen Z student, this reading opens a new doorway. When I do intelligence mapping, I am not guessing from personality labels or forcing a child into boxes like science, commerce, introvert, extrovert, creative, or academic. I use planetary placement as the diagnostic engine. I look at planet, sign, house, soul indicator, career indicator, and how they reveal intelligence wiring. This is why this system is superior and direct. It begins with the chart, not social pressure. It asks what intelligence is already operating here. Lucia has Sagittarius rising, Mars and Ketu in the first house, Moon as Atmakaraka in Capricorn in the second, Mercury in Virgo in the 10th, Jupiter and Rahu in Gemini in the 7th, Venus in Cancer in the 8th, Saturn as Amatyakaraka in Taurus in the 6th, and Sun in Leo in the 9th. Lucia is not one-dimensional. She is not simply creative, logical, emotional, or academic. Her chart shows a structured wisdom communicator. She is built to think deeply, speak precisely, understand people, solve problems, and connect knowledge with meaning. The first dominant intelligence in Lucia is logical and analytical intelligence. Why? Mars and Ketu sit in the first. Saturn becomes career planet in the 6th. Mars gives action, courage, and fast problem solving. Ketu gives abstraction and pattern recognition. Saturn gives patience, structure, endurance, and discipline. So when I look at this combination, I do not say, this child is just serious. I say, this child has a problem-solving nervous system. Lucia may detect what is wrong before others see it. She may not enjoy vague learning or memorization-only classrooms. Her intelligence wants structure, systems, and improvement. She can do beautifully in psychology, data analytics, cognitive science, public health, UX research, nutrition science, systems design, policy research, and behavioral science. The second dominant intelligence is linguistic intelligence. Mercury in Virgo in the 10th house is a clear signature for communication, precision, writing, editing, explanation, and technical language. It makes knowledge usable. Jupiter and Rahu in Gemini in the 7th house add language, curiosity, dialogue, partnership, clients, and public communication. So Lucia's intelligence does not belong only in notebooks. It belongs in conversation. She can explain, she can translate complexity, she can take difficult concepts and make them understandable. She may become a writer, counselor, teacher, researcher, strategist, interviewer, communicator, psychologist, lawyer, public speaker, or education designer. The third dominant intelligence is interpersonal intelligence. Jupiter and Rahu in Gemini in the 7th house give Lucia a public-facing mind. Jupiter gives guidance and meaning. Rahu gives reach and magnetism. Gemini gives adaptability and communication. Lucia may learn more through discussion than isolation. She becomes sharper when she interviews, debates, observes, counsels, or teaches. This does not mean she must become overly social. It means people are part of her learning field. Her intelligence grows through questions, perspectives, and human behavior. This supports counseling, psychology, sociology, media, law, diplomacy, HR, coaching, education, user research, and marketing. The fourth intelligence is intrapersonal intelligence. Lucia's moon is the Atmakaraka, the soul indicator, placed in Capricorn in the 2nd house. Moon as soul indicator means emotional intelligence is central. But moon in Capricorn is not always soft or visible. Lucia may process emotion through responsibility, maturity, usefulness, stability, and competence. The 2nd house adds family, speech, food, values, resources, self-worth, and voice. Lucia's soul is learning emotional security, stable speech, self-worth, resource protection, family patterns, and a voice that stays calm under pressure. But here is the warning. A child like Lucia may look composed while carrying pressure inside. Do not mistake emotional control for emotional ease. The fifth intelligence is existential intelligence. Sagittarius rising, Ketu in the 1st house, Mars in the 1st house, and Sun and Leo in the 9th house create a major truth-seeking signature. This child needs meaning. She is not satisfied with shallow success. She may be drawn to ethics, philosophy, law, spirituality, culture, education, and human purpose. Sun and Leo in the 9th house gives moral confidence. It gives the urge to live by principle. It gives a teacher's light. It gives leadership through wisdom. If Lucia studies something, she must feel it matters. Do not push her only toward a career because it pays well. She needs a path where success and meaning meet. The sixth intelligence is naturalist intelligence. Moon as Atmakaraka, Ketu in the first house, Mercury in Virgo, Saturn in Taurus, and Venus in Cancer create a sensitivity to living systems. This is not only liking nature, it is the ability to observe patterns in food, body, health, environment, animals, routines, atmospheres, and natural cycles. The seventh is visual and emotional design intelligence. Venus in Cancer in the eighth house is not superficial beauty. It is deep, emotional, symbolic, and transformative. It can create interest in art therapy, emotional storytelling, photography, film, design for healing, therapeutic interiors, and symbolic visual communication. The eighth intelligence is musical and voice intelligence. Moon in the second house gives voice, memory, tone, and emotional speech. Venus gives feeling. Mercury gives timing. Saturn gives discipline. This gives sensitivity to sound, cadence, poetry, chanting, rhythm, and therapeutic communication. The ninth intelligence is bodily and kinesthetic intelligence. Mars in the first house gives action, movement, courage, stamina, and a body that wants experience. Sagittarius adds exploration and travel. Ketu adds unusual body awareness. Lucia may learn better through movement, observation practice, and experience. If I were guiding Lucia's parents, I would not say put her only in science. I would not say put her only in arts. I would not say she is only academic. I would not say she is only creative. I would say Lucia needs a field where people, systems, meaning, communication, and service come together. Her best fit study direction is psychology plus research, communication, human systems, and practical well-being. The strongest combinations are psychology with UX research, behavioral science with public health, counseling with education, nutrition with health psychology, law with human behavior, environmental psychology with sustainability, or art therapy with counseling. That is the power of intelligence mapping. It does not trap a child. It liberates the child from wrong expectations. When you know the planetary placement, you know the intelligence pathway. When you know the pathway, you know the study direction. You stop pushing wrong dreams. Because many young people are not failing. They are mismatched. They are not unintelligent. They are misread. They are not lazy. They are uninspired by systems that do not speak to their actual intelligence. A child with analytical intelligence needs problems. A linguistic child needs expression. An interpersonal child needs dialogue. An intrapersonal child needs emotional safety. An existential child needs meaning. A naturalist child needs living systems. A visual child needs imagery. A musical child needs rhythm. A bodily child needs movement. Lucia's chart shows us why one-size-fits-all education fails, because intelligence is not one ladder. It is a map. This is why I use planetary placement as the diagnostic engine. The Ascendant shows operating style. Moon shows emotional need. Atmakaraka shows soul intelligence. Amatyakaraka shows career skill. Mercury shows learning and language. Mars shows action. Jupiter shows wisdom. Venus shows refinement. Saturn shows discipline. Rahu shows innovation. Ketu shows pattern recognition. When all of these are read together, you do not get a random prediction. You get an intelligence blueprint. She is here to understand complex systems, communicate them clearly, work with people, solve real problems, and connect knowledge to human healing. If you are a parent, ask yourself today, am I educating my child according to fear or guiding my child according to intelligence? Am I choosing what society respects or what my child is wired for? Am I comparing, or am I reading the pattern that belongs only to my child? Because when the right intelligence is recognized early, the child does not need to waste years proving they are not what others expected them to be. They can begin building what they were actually born to express. If this case study spoke to you, and you felt your child may also have hidden intelligence patterns, this is your invitation. Book a deep intelligence map reading. This is not a generic career reading or shallow personality label. This is a full intelligence diagnostic reading based on planetary placement, sign placement, house placement, soul indicator, career indicator, and how your child learns, thinks, feels, connects, and finds joy. Because the right map changes everything. It helps you choose better subjects, understand your child's emotional world, stop unnecessary comparison, guide career direction earlier, and help your child feel seen, understood, and supported. Your child does not need to become someone else. Your child needs the right map. Book a deep intelligence map reading with me and let us discover the intelligence pattern that actually works for your child